So the last two kits we're going to pot up for our May collection are the two bay trees. So we have this tall bay tree here, and we have the little mini bay tree kit here. So both you can use in your cooking should you wish. You can dry the leaves out if you want to as well and use them like that. You can pop them indoors, you can put them outside. Obviously, you know, if you're into bay trees, you might know that lots of people lost their bay trees this winter because of the frost, and the temperatures were just so cold. They do not like cold. So you can keep them indoors or outdoors should it not be, you know, minus temperatures basically in the winter. Trying to think of any other things to say. So yeah, keep them indoors if you want to. So I know that maybe some of you might have followed Lydia Millen. She has two in her dressing room. They do like sunlight, so that's probably quite a key thing. Make sure you put them somewhere sort of in a sunny spot. Keep them well watered, and that's about it. So yeah, they survive really well indoors. I personally also love how they look if you have one either side of your front door. I love that sort of aesthetic as a welcome to your home. But yeah, I think you will really love these bay trees. They're gorgeous. So I'm just going to pot the big one up first. So the big one comes in an 18cm Berg's Potted terracotta pot with the lovely scallop around the edge and its matching saucer. Now, they're not easy to get out of this pot. So I'm just going to have a quick go. Yeah, it's not moving. Let's have a look. So you might have to have a look at the root system underneath. I mean, it's not, I don't know why, I just don't know why they don't come out, but they just don't. Anyway, oh no. So I'm going to cut it out of its plant pot using some secateurs, but you can obviously use scissors. Yeah, then we can plant it up. I mean, the root system is incredible. Maybe that's why. Anyway, so there we go. It does come out eventually. But before that, let's pop some gravel in the base of the plant pot to give it some drainage. And then I'm just going to put a small scattering of compost over the gravel. But what you'll find is the plant is pretty much perfect for the pot, and you won't actually need any additional compost. You can just gently, well, you don't have to be gentle actually, you can just push the compost down that it's already in, and that's it. So you will have a small bag of compost with your kit to use on the bottom, but you might not necessarily need it or want it because the plant fits the pot perfectly. And as long as you've got that drainage with the gravel so that you know the roots aren't going to be sat in water for a prolonged period of time, it will do beautifully. So now we can add in the moss. So in your kit you'll have the bun moss, sphagnum moss and the flat moss. I think I'm probably going to go flat for this, just to sit around the base of the tree. And then what I think I'll do is add some sphagnum in where the gaps are, just to create a little bit of texture. So that is our tall bay tree potted up. I'll just move that to the side so then we can do the little bay tree, which is just really rather gorgeous and so cute. So that comes in a 10cm terracotta pot, again with the scallop detailing. It's the same as the 18cm, but this one that I've used repeatedly for various things, so it's looking sort of beautifully aged, whereas this one I think I've only used that once, so it's still quite pale in colour. So this is a 10cm Berg's Potter. So I'm just going to add the gravel that will be in your kit to the bottom, and again a tiny sprinkling of compost, and then I'll pat that down, and then very simply it just goes in perfectly. It fits perfectly. Just gently push it down. If you want to put a scattering of compost over the top, you're more than welcome to, just so it gets some extra nutrients. And that's about it. So then we can pop our moss. I'm just going to put some sphagnum and some flat moss, I think. I find that sometimes the bun moss, the root system is so chunky that unless you've got sort of maybe, you know, with the planters, it doesn't sit quite as nicely as the flat moss. So that's the moss I'm going for. And that's it. That's all potted up. In terms of care for your bay trees, they're pretty easy to look after. I'm trying to think of anything specific that you need to know. But as with all of the plants, just don't overwater, don't underwater. So just don't sort of, you know, let it sit in lots of water. But if you feel that the soil is dry, it will need a drink. You usually can also tell from bay if they're thirsty, because the leaves will go quite dry. Anything else? Yes, so lots of sunlight. They don't like to be kept in a shaded place. So ideally a south-facing room or a window or somewhere they're getting some nice sunlight. You can pick the leaves off and use them in your cooking fresh, or you can pick them off and dry them and then use them that way. But that's about it. A pretty simple kit to look after. And that's it. So that's our May kits. I hope you've enjoyed them. I hope you've enjoyed potting them up. Excuse me. If you have any questions or you know, want to email me, feel free to do so, or send me a message. Tag us in your pictures of your kits when you've potted them. We love to see them. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you in June, where I think we're going lemon and olive. So can't wait for that one. So yeah, hopefully see you back in June.